Okay, so here today I have another video that I had to do some research on, so it wouldn't just be all opinion, but it would be some facts too. And today's video is actually going to be what is better, joints or blunts? And of course, there is a lot of differences and a lot of similarities in these two categories, but I'm going to explain exactly why one side is better than the other. And first, I'm going to start off with the blunts. The pros of the blunts are mainly the nicotine buzz, which is a super popular one. If you smoke blunts, then you would know that you definitely like that buzzed feeling that it gives you, that feeling of almost relaxed lightheadedness. The second is that it masks the taste of bad weed. If you are smoking kush, smoking anything that is maybe not tasting the best, then blunts are definitely your go-to. It will definitely overpower that taste of the bad weed and make it taste good, especially if you are smoking something like a game, a Dutch, a you fill in the blank here. Whatever it is, then you will know that it will come with those crazy flavored ones like a pineapple game or a chocolate Dutch or something along those lines. You know what I mean? They have all these crazy flavors to mask the taste of the bad weed. But third reason why blunts are good, they can. Excuse me, I just burped. Excuse me. Um, they can fit more weed, which is definitely a huge advantage. If you are smoking it in a social setting, then that is huge. You want to be able to fit as much as you can in there so everyone can throw in on it, whatever the situation is. But of course, that comes with a lot of cons, which I will get into after I list the pros of the joints. First pro of the joints is taste. You'll be able to taste the weed a lot better. You will be able to enjoy the weed much more, which brings us into the second one, a clear high. It won't be a cloudy high. It won't be overpowered with the nicotine feeling. It will just be complete THC that is overriding your system. But third one is a cleaner high too, that which intermingles with the clear high, cleaner high, cleaner experience. You're not gonna have those chemicals that come from the flavoring or the chemicals that are left in the tobacco leaf, which I will get into on the cons of the blunts. But number four, I just held up three fingers and said four. Wow. Number four is there is no cancer causing toxins in joints, which is probably the biggest reason why I would say that joints are better. Overall, I think joints are a lot better because they are cleaner, less less of a risk. I said less of a risk. They are overall just much safer, right? And obviously, blunts do have their specialties. I would not pass down a blunt. I would not turn down a blunt, I should say. I definitely enjoy smoking a backwood or a Fonto here and there, but definitely not an everyday occurrence. But let me get into the cons. Of course, one of the cons of joints is not being able to fit as much weed. If you're smoking those all white, chalky papers, then it won't taste good. And a good example of those bad papers are those skunk brand ones. Trash, absolute garbage. I threw those away. I used one of them, threw them right away. Those are just garbage. But the cons of smoking blunts are the nicotine clouds your high, so you will keep having to roll up because you just won't feel as high because your head will be more clouded from the nicotine. And that is actually a fact. The chemicals and whatnot that are inside of a blunt actually will cloud your head and will almost make you feel as if you are less high, even though you will still be high. You just won't have your brain fully focused on the THC. You will be getting counteracted by the nicotine and the tobacco that are inside of the blunts, which is crazy. But so the video just cut out, but I'm gonna continue on from right there. It is crazy because eventually it will make it so that you aren't really feeling the high, so you're gonna have to keep rolling up and rolling up and rolling up, and that will boost your tolerance up. So you will now need more weed to even feel that high, which is not good. Definitely not good. The more smoke going into your lungs at once is no good. That's why technically smoking dabs is a lot better than both of them, because you're getting less smoke and getting higher. But one second, I need help with this word. Okay, so nitrosamines can actually still remain in the tobacco leaf after it is already processed and ready to be bought. So that means that there is this thing called nitrosamines, which are considered to be a strong carcinogen that may produce cancer in diverse organs and tissues, including the lung, brain, kidney, liver, bladder, stomach, esophagus, and nasal sinus, which to me that doesn't sound good. If you can prevent getting any of those diseases just from switching from blunt to paper, then why not do it? But with that being said, there is also chemicals that are in there from the flavoring. So that is also a piece that you want to keep in mind when you are getting the flavored rollies or the whatever it is. Even if it's hemp, then I would stay away from the flavored hemp rollies. Okay, so the final reason why blunts are just not as good as joints is because when you look at a joint, this one's a little bit crumbled, but do you ever see any holes? Let me show you a different kind. This one is a king size raw. Let me know if you guys see any holes, because I don't. One thing you guys will see when you guys have a blunt wrap or any type of cigar wrap, you will see that they have small little holes in them. So the smoke starts to bleed out and you won't be hitting it as hard. It may look like it's smoking better, but it isn't. It is letting out air and it is not smoking correctly. That's why a lot of people usually patch the blunts up, and usually people will put like a joint around the blunt. Not smart, not smart at all. The less stuff that you put around the joint or putting around the thing that you're smoking, the better. So keep that in mind, whether it's papers, blunts, whatever it is, the less you put on is the better. It should be more weed smoking than blunt for sure. That's why I stopped smoking the blunts, is because people like to triple wrap them things, double wrap them things. I was using the smallest little leaf trying to fit the most weed in. But if you guys haven't seen any of my other content, I have a lot of weed reviews, weed education, and MMA content too. So go check that out. I will have a bunch more videos coming now that I'm going to be on the ankle bracelet. So definitely go stay blessed.